Oh, and we're going through. Bro, that's how you know this bike is. Look how smooth it is in the stand-up, bro. I'm really fucking impressed, bro.
Yo gang, what is up? As you can see, we got the Rawrr Mantis Mini R17, which means it's the big wheel version of the Mini R, and this thing is sick. In today's video, we're gonna go over everything about this bike. I even have my Mantis X here, so we can sort of compare the two versions. But yeah, let's get into today's video. It's gonna be a good one.
Alright, getting into some details of the Mini R. It comes with a 72 volt, 20 amp hour battery that has a top speed of 45 miles per hour, and the range is 30 miles. The build quality on this bike is legit. As you can see, it comes with KKE rear suspension, also front suspension. It has disc brakes and hydraulic brakes to give you that extra stopping power. And it's pretty much the little brother of the Mantis X. So I wanted to show you guys the size difference between the Mantis Mini R and the Mantis X. As you can see, the X is just a tad bit bigger than the Mini R, since the X has a 19-inch front wheel and 17-inch rear wheel, and the Mini R has a 17-inch front wheel and a 14-inch rear wheel. From this clip, I hope you guys can get a sort of a size difference between the two bikes. Of course, the Mini R is going to be a lot smaller than the X, but as you can see, they're built very similar. Alright gang, we're on the Mantis Mini R17. We're going for a little first ride, and bro, oh my gosh, this thing is fast, bro. We're already at 45, bro. Holy moly. So gang, as you see right there, we hit the top speed, which is 45 miles per hour, which feels insane on such a small bike. But it's smooth, bro. Like, it is very smooth. Hit this corner real quick. Like, oh, it's so fast, but so smooth, bro. All right, let's do a little off-road section. So if you're wondering, the peak wattage on this bike, the peak motor wattage is 4,500 watts. So this thing, look at it, bro, just ripping, dude. Holy crap, bro, this thing rips. All right, let's pull a little wheel ski. As you can see, it pulls a wheel ski no problem, bro. And then we're back to just ripping full speed, bro. So this is the big wheel version of the Mini R. So you might have seen, I did a previous review on the Mantis Mini, which was 48 volts. But this bad boy is 72 volts. And bro, you feel it. Trust me, bro, you feel it, dude. Holy crap, bro. Alright, so the bike has 3 modes. Of course, I was in mode 3 most of the time, but I'm going to show you mode 1. This is mode 1 right now. And it goes up to 25. So mode 1 will get you 25 miles per hour. Let's go 2. Oh, 2 is already way more, bro. I'm at 30, 38. So level 2 is 38 miles per hour. Alright, here we have level 3. This is full speed, so you can just go. Alright, we're at 24, 30, 35, 37, 40, 44, 45. Oh my god, I just went 47, bro. Unless this thing is off. I swear I just hit 47 miles per hour. It said the max speed was 45 miles per hour, but I swear I just hit 47. So let's do another test. Full throttle, let's see how fast we can get. Alright. Oh, we're full speed right now, bro. We're tucking. 47! 47! Ah! It definitely has a limiter, bro, because it almost wants to go past the speed limit. Just how the Mantis X does too. It wants to go past 50, but the ECU limits it and doesn't let it go past it. So this thing could probably go way faster than 45, bro. Which is insane. Alright, little off-road section. Bro, it's just ripping the off-road like nothing, bro. Woo! That was a big bump right there, bro.
But yeah, these 17-inch wheels, they really make this bike really fun for like older people or just bigger people in general. Because when I rode the regular Mini, I was like, oh, this is way too small for me. But this one, don't get me wrong, it's still small, but it's definitely way more comfortable than if you have the small wheels. But what I really like about this Mini R is, let's say you have a kid or a younger rider who you want to get started in the e-bikes, they have an upgrade. So you can get this bike with the smaller wheels, and then for $350, like let's say your kid's growing up, he wants like a bigger bike, you can put these 17-inch wheels for $350. That's how much they cost for both of them. So you'd get like two bikes in one. You get a smaller bike and a bigger bike. You just have to spend that extra $350 to upgrade it to the bigger wheel size. And I'm telling you, this bike is powerful enough. So if you're like, bro, I don't know if it'll be powerful enough when they're older, bro, just watch me rip this thing, bro. Off-road, level 3, like, bro, like, look at this hill climb. It's nothing, bro. Look, we're right by the cars. But like, bro, this bike is fast, bro. And I'm telling you, when it gets up to 45 like nothing. Like, watch, I'm about to hit this hill climb. So wish me luck. But I'm pretty sure it got it in the bag. Oh, we did it! Bruh, this is a big hill climb, bro. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in video. Like, I think this is maybe like a 30-degree slope. I might be way off on that, bro. All right, let's hit a little wheel ski up here. And then I wanted to talk about the brakes, bro. Dude, this thing is... Dude, I'm so impressed with the R17, bro. Like, it's the perfect amount of power for a Mini. It's almost a little too much power, to be honest. All right, but that's the thing. Look at the braking stopping power. It's decent, but for wheelies, bro, you want more stopping power. And this is my one con of this bike. And that would be the brakes, bro. It is a single piston rear brake on a 72 volt electric bike that goes 45 miles per hour. And I wish they would have put the same braking system as they have on the Mantis X, bro. Because the Mantis X brakes are really good, especially when you upgrade the pads to like JFG. Like, the braking power is pretty much everything you need. But I'm scared to wheelie this past balance point because this brake ain't gonna hold you, bro. I can guarantee you, if you go too far, this brake won't hold you and you're looping out, bro. So that's the main con of this bike, is why didn't they put bigger brakes on? Like, watch, I'm hitting the brake, full brake right now, and I can just ride. Like, I'm still on the brake. Let go. You see how it just wants to rip? Like, it does lock the brake up when you're going, but in the wheelie, like, when I put one finger on it, it doesn't really lock it up that good. But these are also new brakes, so maybe I have to break them in a little bit. I mean, it wheelies really good, guys. Like, it wheelies so good. I wish it had better brakes, bro. That's my main con. And if you guys get this bike, you're definitely gonna think the same thing. Unless you're not, like, if you don't do wheelies, the brakes are they're good enough, to be honest. They're good enough to get you around and stop in time, as you can see. But I just like, I like that 100% brake power. Like, I barely have to touch it and it's gonna want to stop. Like, look, I can hit the gas and hit the brake and it's not stopping, which is unfortunate. But then again, these bikes are made for younger riders, bro. I gotta remember that, is like, these bikes are for younger people. So, like, bro, if I was a freaking, like, 10-year-old or 13-year-old or even like a 14-year-old, oh my God, I would love to have this freaking thing, bro. And it's fast. Like, it is really fast. This thing is freaking, oh, I still have my plastic, bro. That's how you know the bike brand new, brother. We don't litter out here, dude. And put that in my pocket. Ah! And then, bro, we just hit the speed limit just like that, bro. We're going 40. We're going over the speed limit, to be honest. But it's so smooth, bro. That's what I'm really like loving about the bike, is the throttle response and everything is so buttery smooth. It really feels like my Mantis X, but just like a miniature version of it, bro. But look, we're at Maitland Quarters here on the Mini. Rob. Let's see if I can hit a little wheelie. It's so sick, bro. A little hill climb. Bro, see, it handles the hill climbs like nothing, bro. So you might be asking, yo, should I get the Mantis R or should I just get the Mantis X? And the big question is, how big are you and sort of what do you want the bike for? Like, if you want a little neighborhood ripper that you could still like wheelie, to be honest, you could learn a lot of like wheelie combos and stuff on this bike. Like, look how smooth it is, bro. It feels just like a Mantis X, which I love. As you guys know, I love the Mantis X. But if you're a bigger dude, you would probably want the X 100%. But if for your kids, or you just want something to ride with your kid, bro, this thing, this thing feels, it don't feel like a kid's toy. It feels like a legit, you know, electric dirt bike that's made for adults, but it's just the size of a kid's toy. Like, bro, look at it. It's so good. Speed bump. Bro, the suspension, you can't beat the suspension on here. Like, watch, I'll go pretty fast over the speed bump and you don't even feel it. You could barely feel it, bro. All right, let's hit a little jump. Now we can jump the speed bump. Woo! All right, let's do another little walk around, bro, because I know when I watch freaking videos, I like to see the bike a lot, you know, just because. And as you can see, it's literally a copy of the Mantis X, bro. It has the direct chain drive, which I freaking love. A lot of pressure, bro. So like, I'm 160 and I'm not even bottoming out this bike at all. And as you can see, you got the front brake disc and rear brake disc, but these freaking calipers, man, I wish they would have put some stronger ones on here. That's the only downfall of this bike that I've noticed so far. Everything else is fucking amazing, bro. I guess one other downfall would be, I wish the seat was a little bit smoother. Like, it has like a weird little divot right here. And I wish it was just like flat all the way across. How they had it on the Mantis X back in the day, but I think they switched that on the Mantis X2, which is sort of a bummer. Let's see if we can go for a little stand-up. Woohoo, it's a little scary. There she is. A little stand-up, brother. Oh, it's actually really good, bro. What the hell? It's actually amazing, bro. Oh my god, dude. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This thing would be a freaking... This thing is a wheelie ripper. It's just that rear brake is so scary. It's getting better, bro. It's getting better. I ain't gonna lie. The rear brake is getting better because I'm using it more. And as you know, when you first get a bike, the brakes sort of have to wear in a bit. They're getting better, but it's still like... I still wish there were a little bit more. But then again, that's not an expensive fix to, you know, get a new rear brake. Like, it'll cost you maybe, I think like $150 to get the Mantis X brake onto here, if the bracket is the same in the rear. It says I've gone like almost maybe 8 miles and I dropped 1 bar, so it makes sense. But even if you need like a daily commuter, of course this thing is a little more sketchy with the popo, but dude, it's so smooth when it cruises. Like, it even, you hear it? It got the tune game, which I like, bro. You know if a throttle response is good, if you can tune it. But bro, look, we're going 40, chilling, bro. Not even full throttle at all. Like, that's full throttle. Oh! I felt the front get a little squirrely right there. I had my hand off. But yeah, it chills at 40. Like, 40 is the sweet spot for where it just chills. And I don't think it'll use as much battery if you're going a little bit faster like that. I did want to mention I have like a bruised tailbone right now, which is sort of unfortunate. So it definitely, if I'm positioned a little weird on the bike, that might be why, because my tailbone is hurting a lot, which is a bummer. But man, so far, I am loving this bike, bro. It's almost like just a mini version of the Mantis X, which that's pretty much what it is. And then you need some power. Hit that full throttle. All right, we're at 3 bars right now. We just hit 10 miles. But we've definitely been ripping full speed a lot, bro. It's because it's just so fun going fast on this thing, bro. Because it feels even faster because you're like a little bit lower to the ground, a smaller bike. So it always feels a little bit faster than you're actually going. All right, so who would I recommend this for? Definitely younger riders who want to get into like the electric bike game. This is a perfect bike. This is it's almost too powerful maybe for a new rider, but of course you can change the assist levels down, which is really nice. So you can put it down, let's say I'll put it down to 1. I'll put it down to 1 and like now it's very safe, controlled. Max speed is 24 miles per hour. And then when you want to go crazy, put on 3 and then you're ripping. So yeah, pretty much any younger rider is gonna love this. I think from maybe like ages 8 to 14-ish. Maybe once you're 14, you'll start getting a little big for this bike. But that doesn't mean you can't still rip it, bro. Like, I'm freaking too big for the bike, of course, being 6 foot. But I could still ride it like no problem. It almost feels like it almost feels like my 50, bro. But it just pops up so good, dude. Like, it's almost unbelievable. And it hits jumps, incredible. I wish I could take it on some bigger jumps, but as you guys know, my tailbone is hurting a bit, so we're just gonna be sticking to a little off-road wheelies and stuff. All right, let's pop a little stand-up again, because that was actually really fun. That was actually really fun. Oh, there it is. Oh, and we're going through. Bro, that's how you know this bike is, look how smooth it is in the stand-up, bro. I'm really fucking impressed, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. This is sort of blowing my mind how good it's wheeling. Except that rear brake. I wish the rear brake was powerful. That is my only downfall. My only downfall is that rear brake, which is sort of insane because that's like a pretty easy fix. Bro, we made it back to the crib. And man, the Rawrr Mantis Mini R17. A little word jungle right there. This thing is awesome, bro. Like I said, it literally just feels like a Mantis X in a miniature form. And I love the Mantis X for everything, for jumps, wheelies, just riding, cruising. It's such a comfortable, nice bike. And this is just the mini version of that. So if you're a smaller rider or you're like, the Mantis X is a little bit too big to rip around the neighborhoods, this would be the bike for you, man. That 72 volt, 20 amp hour battery will get you kicking, bro. It is fast. It almost feels like like I said, it feels like a Mantis X in a mini version. That's like the best way to describe it. The build quality is amazing. I can't complain about anything except for the brakes on like the build quality, if you even consider that build quality. I wish they would have put 2-piston brakes, or if this is 2-piston, whatever they have on the Mantis X. I don't know if that's 4-piston, but they should have put a little bigger brake on here, especially on the rear, bro. Like, this bike has so much power. It needs a little bigger brake to handle that power and be able to, you know, really control it. Like, yes, the bike slows down with that brake. You know, it's possible to ride the bike with these brakes, but if you would want like a really safe and secure system where you just, if you like touchy brakes like me, I'm sort of a little picky with that. When my brakes, I'm very picky, so this might not even be an issue for you. But when I do wheelies and stuff, I want my brakes to feel like they're gonna catch me and I'm not gonna fall back. And with this one, it's a little scary. Maybe I have to wear in the brakes a little bit more, but who knows. But yeah, if you guys are interested in the Rawrr Mantis Mini R17, I'll have a link in the description down below so you can check it out. Hopefully I'll have a discount link or something like that. But yeah, as you can see, this bike looks flippin' sick. So remember, stay motivated, stay disciplined. I freaking love you. Till next time. Peace.